The Department of Justice didn't just quietly release paperwork. They detonated a bomb. We're talking nearly 3 million documents, over 180,000 images, and close to 2,000 videos tied directly to the Epstein investigation. Not a trickle, a flood. The kind of data drop that buries reputations overnight. And the moment those files hit the public, one name started echoing through timelines and group chats like a warning siren. Jay-Z. Yeah, that Jay-Z. And now people are whispering that maybe, just maybe.
And Pusha T, they made their living our people. So how the f they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
All right, slow this down for a second, because this next part matters. Before everybody grabs their pitchforks and runs wild with headlines, there's something you need to understand. Jay-Z's name did not come directly from Epstein's personal black book. It wasn't pulled from flight logs. It wasn't listed in some confirmed law enforcement report. It came from a tip. That's it. A call made to the FBI that got archived during the Epstein investigation. Not an indictment. Not a charge. Not even confirmation that agents ever followed up. Just a tip sitting in a database. And legally, that changes everything. Because according to the Department...
My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now. And she been saying, Sean Carter, that's what she was calling me at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, had my little brother and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. She continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the...
And let's be real for a second. This isn't even the first time Jay-Z's name has floated around ugly accusations like this. This isn't new smoke. It's old smoke that never really cleared. Because long before these Epstein files ever hit the internet, there were already whispers about him and underage girls, stories people tried to bury, laugh off, or pretend were just rumors. But rumors don't keep coming back for decades unless something about them feels unfinished. Take Foxy Brown. Back in the day, Jay and Foxy were unstoppable. Every track they touched turned to gold. Hit after hit after hit. The chemistry was insane. Studio magic. You couldn't separate their names. So when they suddenly stopped working together, no warning, no explanation, just silence. It didn't make sense. And then Foxy's career just stalled. Like somebody pulled the plug. Which was crazy because talent was never her problem. She had the voice, the look, the presence. She should have been way bigger. But instead, doors started closing. Calls stopped getting returned. Labels cooled off. And according to people behind the scenes, it wasn't random. They say Jay-Z blacklisted her. Why? Because once he couldn't control her anymore, she became a liability. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. There have long been claims that he got involved with her when she was still in high school. Yeah, high school. Folks who went to school with Foxy even claimed they used to see him picking her up, waiting outside. Like it was normal. Like it was nothing. They say Biggie would show up too sometimes, but that was different. That was friendship. Everybody knew the vibe. But with Jay, people say it wasn't friendship. Everybody allegedly knew they were together. And when you zoom out and look at it now, it doesn't feel romantic. It feels predatory. Then you add Rihanna to the timeline. More rumors. More raised eyebrows. Stories about her being moved around early in her career, flown across states under Jay's guidance, isolated, controlled. Some people go even further, accusing him of exploiting that power dynamic in ways that still don't sit right. Nothing proven. But again, smoke. And then there's Kathy White, a woman who allegedly had knowledge about him. Someone who reportedly threatened to talk. and then suddenly died under mysterious circumstances. To this day, people side-eye that whole situation. So by the time Jay-Z's name popped up anywhere near the Epstein files, most people didn't gasp. They just nodded. Like, yeah, figures. Because when allegations stack up for years, the shock disappears. It turns into expectation. Now imagine being Beyoncé in the middle of all this. Imagine waking up every day to another headline, another rumor, another scandal with your husband's name attached to it. Insiders say it's been grinding on her nerves for a while now. Not irritation, exhaustion. Like she's just tired. Tired of defending. Tired of pretending. Tired of smiling through it. And word on the street? She's hit her limit. What's wild is some people claim she never even wanted this relationship in the first place. Yeah, there are old stories saying Beyoncé was hesitant from day one. That she knew Jay's reputation. The women. The secrets. The power imbalance. She allegedly told her mother she wasn't comfortable. Said something felt off. But instead of protection, she got pressure. Because to her mom, this wasn't romance. It was strategy. A business move. Align with Jay-Z and you become untouchable. An empire. Money. Access. Power. Love wasn't the priority. Positioning was. So Beyoncé allegedly went along with it. And now, years later, people think she's finally planning her exit. That's why she's been grinding non-stop these last 2 years. Tour after tour. Project after project. Money stacked high. Like she's building a safety net. Preparing for life after Jay. Making sure when she walks away, she never has to look back. And then comes the messiest rumor of all. Her bodyguard. Julius. Yeah, him. Fans started noticing how close they've gotten. Always nearby. Always watching. Always protective in a way that feels personal. Then those photos surfaced. Julius walking out behind Beyoncé at a hotel. Lipstick on his mouth. People zoomed in like detectives. Internet went crazy. Some swear they've been involved for years. And apparently Jay noticed too. There were whispers he wanted Julius fired. Gone. But Beyoncé allegedly shut it down fast. Said Julius isn't going anywhere. That's not something you say about just any employee. And then the Grammys moment happened. When Cowboy Carter won Album of the Year, cameras caught Julius jumping up instantly, smiling wide, celebrating like it was his own victory. Not professional. Personal. Maybe he was just proud. Or maybe it's deeper. Nobody knows. But perception? Perception is loud. Now divorce rumors are moving fast. Like, really fast. And here's another twist. I'm hearing several big names, Jay included, are quietly exploring a lawsuit against the Department of Justice. A class action style move. Basically arguing that the DOJ irresponsibly dumped unverified claims without context, hurting people who were never proven guilty. Negligent misrepresentation. Financial losses. Emotional damage. Reputation collapse. If that suit drops publicly in the next few weeks like people are saying, this story gets even uglier, even more public, even more messy. And honestly, I don't know if Jay-Z can Houdini his way out of this one like he always does. This feels different. Heavier. Like the walls are finally closing in. But what do you think? Is this just another storm he survives? Or are we watching the slow collapse of one of music's most powerful marriages in real time? Because if Beyoncé really walks away, that's not just a breakup. That's the end of an era.